All right, welcome to DeanBodi Show. DeanBodi Show. Hey, everybody, what's going on? How's it going? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, Pet Peeve Wednesday, we can call it, because we got a pet peeve to talk about. But before we do that, who's the good girl? Good girl, Bodi. Good girl, Bodi. She's the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah. DeanBodi.com. 800-878-9698. Bodi Hotline, Bodi Fun Line. Call the Bodi line. Say something nice to Bodi. She's waiting for you. Do your little zippity-doo-dah. Do a little sing-along. Say a little riddle, a little joke, a little pun. Your first name, where you're from. Have some fun. Do it. We're waiting for you. We're going to make it a feature on the show. DeanBodi.com is the website. The links are on there. I want to get you over to the podcast. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We're on all the platforms. The other one will get you over to the YouTube channel, DeanBodi Show YouTube channel. Bodi is taking me through a cold weather rehab today. Temperatures are down there today, this morning, I'm telling you. And tonight, pretty cold. We're down in the freezing temps and a little bit of a breeze out there. And let me tell you, just came back from a freezing walk around the hood. I was going to take a little bit of a power nap. And just as I get into my comfortable thing, after I use the bathroom, Bodi comes in the room and she does these things, whether it's in the morning time or when she wants to get my attention, does a little kind of one of those noises to let me know she's in the room and she wants me to get up, or it's time to make an energy change and let's get moving kind of noise. But it's usually like an exhale or some kind of snort noise, but it's pretty adorable and she's letting me know what's going on. So she did one of those, and then she looks back at me. She came off of her bed that's in my room, and before she walks out the bedroom, looks back at me, stares at me a little bit, and then starts walking down the hall like, it's time to get going. Sorry, can't take a nap now. And it turns out that we ended up going for a walk. And a long walk. Man, I was not expecting this additional rehab walk today from Bodi. We already went on the long walk this morning. We went on another walk, the mailbox walk. Not quite as long, but still, it's a walk. And tonight, she took me on another one, man. And this one we just got back from. She loves the cold weather. So we went on the long walk around the neighborhood, all the way across to the other apartments, down the back, behind the apartments, through the grass, around the other side street, around the this and around the that. And it wasn't even a poopy walk. This was just, I don't know, a lot of peas, a lot of energy. She's feeling frisky and was darting around a little bit and running and stuff like that. And I could tell she just wanted to get out and screw around a little bit. But she did have to go to the bathroom. But I'm telling you, cold weather rehab, she's putting me through it today. And it's good for me, man. I love her for it. And, I'm telling you, Bodi pushes me. I would never go for a walk like that if I was by myself. Or if you had a significant other, let's go walk in the freezing. Never happens, okay? Bodi gets me to do it, and I love her for it, and she's going to get me back bigger, better, and stronger because of it. So on the video today on the YouTube channel, you're going to see me wearing my little kind of cold outfit here with the sock hat on. I got my Alaska sock hat on. I got my green arm, military jacket on. I got my little gloves. My fingers stick out so I can use my phone and stuff, even though they do make ones that your fingers kind of get covered and you can still use the phone. I just haven't purchased those yet. And I'm all dialed in. I just wanted to stay in this attire and then do the show. How fun is this? So we're all cozy. We got the fireplace going behind me, and hopefully the lighting's coming out okay, and we're doing our thing. And let me tell you, I knocked my head on the fridge yesterday morning. It was actually on the freezer handle as I was going down into the fridge, getting something out of the bin where I keep Bodi's refrigerated food in there. And I just came straight up, wailed my head right in the handle on the corner of the freezer. And I didn't realize how hard I hit it until I just let it settle in a little bit. And I said, ah, I mean, that really like hurt. I said that out loud. And then I'm like, you know what? Do I want to touch it? I can tell something's going on up there. And I did. And we had a little bit of blood on the hand. And I'm like, oh man, that's going to leave a mark. So it turns out that it did. And, it's healing okay today. But man, I really whacked myself pretty good. And that'll knock some sense into me, huh? Anyways, what are you going to do? Things are going to happen. Bumps and bruises are going to happen. And that's just the way it is. But I'm telling you, man, we were dialed in today. We got the food dialed in. Bodi's rehab is dialed in. Bodi's healing. The last day of antibiotics today. Oh, yeah. Way to go, Bodi. And she ended up going through that. And let me tell you, 4 weeks on that stuff. And I read somewhere where when it came to this folliculitis or this bacterial infection that was going on with her, this was no joke. It was in different spots. Never had a problem like this before. She's had allergies and things like that at certain times of the year, which she would go to town and get the hot spots, but nothing like this. But I don't know. She knew I was going through something. I think she had some extra stress because of my extra stress, and you feed off each other. And then I had to drop her off at Pet Paradise when she was going through that too. And really, it kind of missed a couple of weeks there where we could have had that treatment going a little bit sooner. But I've read some things where 3 to 12 weeks, depending on the animal or what's going on. And we're going to shut it down now. We had the hot spot spray, and we would hit her in the different spots that she had it lately when we finally found out that would help a little bit. And so that was kind of calming it down in that one area where she could get to it with her back leg. And you don't want, if it's in a spot where the dog can get to it and scratch at it, then you really got your hands full because it's never going to have an opportunity to heal if she keeps picking at it. Just like if we keep picking at one of our wounds too much. So, and obviously she's got the fur. You can't just put a big bandage over it. It's going to stick to the hair. Sometimes they got to go in. I guess they got to shave the area and put a bandage on, depending on what's going on with this dog, if they can't leave it alone. Anyway, we're making progress is the main thing. We gave her a couple of sprays of it today. We gave her a last thing of antibiotics today, which I'm glad. Now her real immune system can just take over and start to really heal the body. And just like with us, man, the medications slam the immune system, and that's just the way it is. So we're both back on the right track. We're both in the healing. Bodi's doing me, rehabbing me around the neighborhood, helping me get stronger with my muscle atrophy that I'm dealing with from the adrenal gland problem. And we're just going to keep moving one day at a time. We're about, let me see, since I came off of that steroid, we're looking at about, since November 4th. So December 4th was 30 days, and we got another couple of weeks here. So we're about 6 weeks since coming off of that. And, it's going to take some months to get these adrenals fully back. It could be 6 months. But I'll know as soon as I start taking my normal steps and I know these muscles in my legs and pelvic girdle are starting to get stronger, I'll know I've kind of switched gears. So, you got to keep taking care of yourself, got to keep the nutrition right, put this body in an environment so it can fix itself and come back bigger, better, and stronger, and try to be as patient as I can with this process so we never have to go down this road ever again. But we got the winter gear on right now. We left it on for the show. This is the first time I've ever done it. I think I'm having fun with it, actually. And hopefully the lighting turns out okay. The battle with the lighting. Man, my not only did my 7.5 watt bulbs come in yesterday for above the stove light, life is good, but the stained glass bulbs came in today, so I got back up on that because I got about, let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lights with the stained glass bulbs in there. So we need, well, who knows when they're going to blow. One of them blew the other day, and we kind of, it happens. So if you don't have backup, it's going to throw off the whole energy in this place. So look, we're doing our thing over here, and I'm noticing with this new style of eating, since I'm eating less frequently, I can't make so much food now. And I'm realizing I got to break myself out of this habit. I was making a bunch of salmon fillets at once, a bunch of chicken or steak at once, and chicken like I used to do. And I'm looking at all this food, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to get through this because I eat way less now. Because of the bulletproof coffee with the fats that are up, you feel more satiated, and it's a whole different vibe. You get into the ketosis and nutritional ketosis, and I've been in full nutritional ketosis. I'm pretty solid right now, man. I'm getting a little bit of the hang of this, and I want to see if while I'm in full nutritional ketosis, am I going to keep this gout flare up at bay? If I can go, let's say 6 months, a year with no flare-ups, well, that's my own personal test, my own personal biohacking, as we're going to call it. And everybody's got to feel their little thing out, but you got to take yourself through the process so you can biohack it and fine-tune it for yourself. And then you kind of have that hybrid style, and you get it dialed in. That's the only way to do it. So that's what we're doing. Okay? And let me tell you, man, we're doing it, man, one day at a time, and that's how it's going. What else can I say today, man? I'm just so happy about Bodi bringing me around. We're calling it, man. We're calling it Bodi's Cold Rehab. That's what we're calling it. And she gets me out there. Believe me, I was ready to take a power nap and not even do it and all this other stuff. Bodi lets me know with a couple snorts, a couple gazes, a couple things. She's got her techniques and got me out there. And you know what? I'm glad that she did. How cool is that? So listen, man, I got my electrolyte healthy lemonade going on that I'm making and all that stuff, which I tell you right now, I think is absolutely delicious. I made for the first time today a keto shake with some keto meal replacement powder. I got some. First time I'm trying it. So I had that. I put a scoop of that in the blender. I put a scoop of keto superfood fiber, put a scoop of that in there. I took some of Bulletproof's collagen protein. We threw a scoop of that in there. I took the keto greens, the superfood greens, a little scoop and tossed that in there. And put a little extra tablespoon of MCT oil, C8 brain formula from Bulletproof, put the water in there, hit the blender, and had that for the first time. Went down pretty good. And look, man, no complaints here, man. We're trying to do all this stuff that's keeping me dialed in. I'm kind of having fun with it. I love learning something new, especially when it comes to the body and trying to, what they're calling is biohacking your body. Get it functioning at its optimum and, notice the changes. You got to give it a fair shake. You got to be consistent with it so you know what works. This is very valuable information. Personal experiences is the best way to go. And look, I highly recommend it so you know what's going on, because a better quality of life is better. As you get older, easier is better, not harder. And that's what we're trying to do as we're moving forward with this new plan. Oh, yeah. She's a good girl, Bodi. She's the best girl in the world, yeah. The good girl, Bodi, yeah. The best girl in the world, oh yeah. DeanBodi.com is a website. We got the links on there. Want to get you over to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. The other link will get you over to the YouTube channel, DeanBodi space show, YouTube channel. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, my oh my, what a glorious day. Bodi is taking me all around, even if it's cold out. Around the town, ba-da-bee-da-ba-da-ba-da. Bodi's the best, yes, she is the best. Unbelievable. So, I'm going to wrap things up today. And as far as the Pet Peeve Wednesday go, before we go, the pet peeve is definitely the tree out back that craps all over all over the porch. It's almost done shedding because the winter's making all the leaves fall off. You know, it couldn't be one of these other apartment trees where they got the nicer, bigger leaves. They look like the maple leaves that you go up in Canada. They're falling on the ground a little bit nicer, and they don't quite. This one here is these little tiny leaves, and it just flings these little things all over it. If the wind is right, man, it turns into a whole thing. And here we go. I just cleaned it the other day, and it was back again today. And until that thing loses all of its hair, we're going to have to go through it. Hey, what are you going to do? First floor living. Everything has its pros and cons. So Pet Peeve Wednesday, we're giving it to the tree outside that craps all over the place. I got to say, this is going back some years. We're talking about, maybe not quite late 90s, 97, 98. And I was dating somebody at the time, and we were kind of living together. And this place had trees outside, and also all along the trails where you could walk around a little bit, these little black berries that would fall on the ground. They would get all over your shoes, all over everything. Whoever decided to plant those around the neighborhood, bad move, total mess. And so I'm thinking about that. That was worse than what I got now. So, hey, if you want to put a positive spin on my Pet Peeve Wednesday, this tree's not as bad as those other berry trees. Not even close. Have an awesome day. Let's make the rest of this week. We're coming down the road here. We're doing our thing. We're staying positive and focused. Don't get caught up in the pandemic, schmandemic, COVID, schmovid. Keep moving straight forward. Take care of yourself so you can take care of somebody else. And look, we're coming at you daily here, DeanBodi, because life comes at you daily, not weekly and monthly. And, click the like button, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of these shows, because these are real shows. You don't want to miss these. And if you like what's going on over here, consider subscribing. And on the podcast side of things, if you could give a 5-star rating and a nice review would be awesome. If you got time, for the holidays. What can I tell you? Have an awesome day. DeanBodi.com. Oh, yeah.